the Quanta Pico now for, I think about 18 months now. 18 months, something like that. Before we had a Quanta Q-switch laser, and it's fantastic to try both of the lasers because we have now some experience and we have some before and after pictures which we didn't have the first time I came to talk about it. I've only taken a small selection of these pictures and put them on the PowerPoint presentation because I did it in a little bit of a hurry. I was away on a sailing ship until Friday evening with some school children, and I got home and I thought, damn, I've got to do that presentation for Jill is going to kill me. So on Saturday morning I quickly grabbed some pictures and put before and after, so I hope I don't bore you too much and we'll try to get this to work. Okay, so this is some before, during, and after pictures. Now some of the before, during and after pictures, a couple of them were started with the Q-switch laser, which we had initially, the Quanta. We found that it was doing exceptionally well to take tattoos off, but there was a point in the Q-switch laser where people would come back for treatments, probably 8th or 9th treatment, and the laser wasn't getting that hard cracking sound that we like to hear, and it wasn't getting that whitening colour that we like to see when we first start doing tattoo removal. And I thought, is this breaking down the ink as well as it could be? And people were coming back for the 10th visit, 11th visit, and we still had that little bit of ink there which didn't seem to be shattering the ink and get rid of the ink. So I thought this is going to be interesting when we get the Pico, and we'll see what it's going to do. So I'll just go through a couple of pictures. This guy here, 5 sessions using the Pico, and he had quite a lovely result. He was worried because he judges bodybuilding competitions, and he wears a collar and a tie and a suit, and he said, look, every time I go to shake someone's hand to present a trophy, people judge me by the tattoos on my hand. I don't know, we shouldn't judge people, but he said, can you get rid of them? Let's have a go. So that's where he's at the moment with 5 sessions. Now, I've said to this guy, look, leave this hand and we'll start on your other hand now. So we'll start on the left hand. We've started on his left hand to get rid of it. I think what will happen with this hand is the ink will continue to break down and it'll have more ink loss. So we'll treat the other hand, we'll do 5 sessions on the other hand, and we'll leave this one and we'll see how this one goes. But for all intents and purposes, unless you look really, really hard at the picture, you can't see the ink. The Pico laser is still only on a 4mm spot size, and it's on quite a low fluence, but it's still shattering the ink. It's still getting that snowing effect, that whiten effect, and it's still having that heavy crack. On the Q-switch laser that I had previous to this, at this time, I wouldn't have been getting that effect. So it basically demonstrated the power that the Pico has got in it. If I can use a 4mm spot and still get that heavy crack and still get that whitening effect, it's a beautiful sound and a lovely sight to see when it's still happening.
Excuse me, kid, how much power do you get?
Look, we're still using relatively low joules on this Jim. Normally what I do, as everyone would do, is a test spot, of course, and we normally start off on I like to use a 5mm spot to start off with and go down to 4mm, but the joules on this, I'm trying to think what we were using on this, but it wasn't very high. It was still quite low. Just with that Pico effect, it's hitting it really quite hard.
So in general, with Pico, you start using less?
Less.
Is it what, 20%, 50%?
Oh, probably 50% less, Jim. Yeah, as much as that.
Keith, how many treatments do you typically get out of the 5mm handpiece before you get a 4?
I'm just trying to think. I think we got to about 3.2, if I remember right, on the 5mm, and that's around about
around 6, 7 during the Q-switch.
Yeah. It depends on the tattoo when they come through the door and the test spot, but normally two, yeah, and then we'll move on.
So you probably don't need to go many past, you probably don't have much need for anything below a 4mm, do you?
No, not yet. I haven't used anything below a 4mm at the moment, apart from when I'm doing inflammatory acne, and I'm using a high joule, so like 15. on photothermal, so that's good for inflammatory acne using.
What about fine line? You don't jump to small?
No need to jump, no need to. That's good enough, and we're getting enough power through there to shatter the ink. And some of these, as you can see, are really quite fine lines, and it's we haven't gone below 4 millimeter.
Because when it's faded, you need some penetration, nice penetration when you go to the pore.
Yeah. So look, this gentleman's really happy. This lady came in with an autoimmune disease, and it was on an ankle. So by all intents and purposes, we say to people, look, you've told me that you've got an autoimmune disease, so your immune system's going to be slower. So taking away the ink is probably going to be slower. It's on your ankle, or around about your ankle, so it's on the peripherals of your body. So the heart is a pump, and it's pumping the blood, pumping the cells, which get rid of the ink. So it's going to be a slower process normally to get rid of that ink. So I told this lady, look, it's going to be quite a while to get rid of this tattoo because of what you've told me and where it is. Anyway, this was the results after the treatment, which I thought was quite phenomenal, and she came back and she was really happy with the treatment. That was on a 5 millimeter spot.
And how long between treatment?
I normally leave between 6 and 8 weeks.
And is this between 6 and 8?
That's about 8 weeks. I normally tell them the longer they leave this, the better it is. And we've had ladies that have gone off because they were pregnant, and they've come back after breastfeeding after 12 months, and the amount of ink that's been lost out of the body is phenomenal. But of course, not many people want to leave 1 year in between treatments. But yeah, that's about 8 weeks.
So does it have any scar right after the treatment?
No scar, no scar at all. The only thing we can get, I've found, is, and it's only happened on one person, and I think this can happen with the Q-switch laser as well, is hypopigmentation. And a little bit of hypopigmentation where it's a lightening of the skin. Okay, this started off on the Q-switch laser, and this gentleman came in with quite a lot of ink. We started off on the older laser that we had, and then we went to the Pico, and that was the result after 3 treatments, so not a bad result on that one. Same person on the back. Big tattoo.
And it's a lot of pain and...
It is.
Yeah, I didn't feel a thing.
Couldn't beat that.
This girl here, quite a light tattoo, so not a lot of ink in there. 3 treatments and almost gone. You can see there's a little bit of, I don't know if this works. See the star there still? So a little bit of ink there. But we'll see what the body does and see if she'll need another treatment. Again, most people won't even see a tattoo there at the moment. Okay, this lady unfortunately had a cover-up, so a lot more ink in there. Story was she had a original tattoo. It was around about this area here. An older lady, and she was going to get it removed, and then she thought one of her friends told her to get a tattoo cover-up. So she went down the Southern Highlands somewhere, and at that stage it was still owned by a lot of bikies. And she said she was sat in the tattoo parlour, and she had her arm out, and she said, no, I'm going to get it lasered off. Then all these big bikie blokes walked in. She said, I was really scared. So I sat there and got the tattoo, and now I don't like my tattoo, can you take it off? So anyway, look, we've had 4 treatments with that, and I think it's responded. Yeah, it's really well. The 532 works well on the red ink, of course, and got rid of a lot of that. Look, she's amazed, and it's a good result. There's still, because obviously there's twice as much ink in this area, that's where it's a little bit more hesitant, but with a few more treatments, we should get it down to a stage where she'll be happy enough to walk away. But that's not too bad.
This is a typical case when you need a Pico. When you have so low level of pigmentation after a few treatments, with a Pico you make the difference.
Yep.
Really, because the level of energy, peak energy you have, you can go deeper and you can reach even the smallest particles of pigment.
Yes,
that
definitely.
remain on the skin after a few treatments. So this is a typical case.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's like...
In that case, Pico makes really huge difference.
It's a big difference. Look, the power is phenomenal. And the difference between the two machines that I've had, well, I've had more than 2 machines, but the 2 Quanta machines that I've had, it's night and day. The result that we get with the Pico is fantastic. Every time it hits the skin, as I say, you hear that loud crack, you see the whitening effect. Even when there's hardly any ink there, you see it as well, so you know that it's working. The people know that it's working. Okay, this young guy came in with a tattoo that he was embarrassed about. And I don't know why he got it, but anyway, he was embarrassed about it, and it was quite a lot of ink in the, I don't know if we call it a swastika or something else, because I know it was around before the swastika, but anyway, there's quite a lot of ink in there. As you can see, it was quite lifted, quite swollen, and we used the fractional laser in combination with the, with removing the tattoo as well on this one to reduce the swelling of the tattoo, so we did use the fractional laser on this, and he's really happy with the result. It's getting there, and that's up to 5 treatments. So look, I think he's still got a couple of treatments to go, and I think a couple with the fractional as well, combinable fractional. And he was aware that, you know, obviously the laser's going to take away some of the other tattoo. So when people get some of the, you know, the tattoo taken off, it sometimes takes away some of the ink that they want to keep. But he realises that, and he said he'll just get it touched up later on. But not a bad result considering the amount of ink in there. I was quite pleased with that one. Okay, this guy, the colour is Southern Cross donor with all the stars. He came in, and it's funny because he said, I know you. He said, you used to teach me at school. I went, okay. Couldn't remember him, but anyway, nice guy. And he was joined the police force, and at the moment the police, even though there's a lot of police persons with lots of tattoos, recruitment now, they've said to them that they don't want to see tattoos, you know, around the necks, face, hands, and I think below what they've got to wear a long collared shirt. So they're tending to push people away that have got tattoos. And he came in to see me, and he had the Southern Cross, and this one was above the neckline, and the rest of the stars and the bits were below. He said, can you get rid of this star for me, because I've got to go down to Goldman or wherever they go. I said, let's give it a go. And the results we got were fantastic with the Pico, and that's only 3 treatments. I'm hoping that he comes back to get the rest of it gone, because I mean, I suppose it's not the Southern Cross anymore, is it?
It's just random stars.
Yeah, it's just random stars, and his girlfriend laughs at him, but I think you know, he's just happy that he got rid of that one at the moment. So yeah, that was a good result, and that was only.
What's impressive in this picture is that, apart the number of trees that are very few, but is that there's no any sign of fibrosis or scarring.
No, that's
it's
right.
Just typical when you use specific kind of settings, or let's say devices that cannot reach a certain level of energy or past duration. This is very important, because sometimes you think that you remove the pigmentation underneath, but in reality you just fade it. So you create a kind of shifting effect. This pigmentation is still there.
Yeah.
So in that case, we heat only the pigment, without damaging the skin. Zero at all. So that's very important.
Yeah, and look, it is a good result.
And this depends on the level of dosage of the energy, because that's the difference between machine by machine. If you're not able to dose the side with dosage, I mean the dosage of energy, you can produce side effects. In that case, I mean it's perfect. So the skin, it looks like as it was before having the tattoo.
Yeah, and
this is great. Apart the number of treatments, and I tell you, 3 treatments, yes, probably depends on
that's the other stars, sorry. I didn't realise that was the other stars below this one. So this is where that one was, and this is the other stars that continue down his back. But yeah, there's no scar. It's come out beautifully. He's really happy with it.
No fibrosis, nothing.
No, nothing at all. Look, that's the beauty of the Pico machine. It does shatter. And I always say to people when they come in for a consultation, you know, the old Q-Switch Nano, fantastic machine. Don't get me wrong, I used one for years and I thought it was a brilliant machine, but I never ever got these results. And it's like smashing I always say it was like smashing a rock, you know, with a big hammer. You've got to knock big bits off it, you've got to knock small bits off it. And depending on the size of the hammer is how many bits you're going to knock off it. I said that's with the Q-switch. When you bring along something that's a Pico, you're using a hammer that's probably 20 times bigger to smash a rock the same size. So instead of getting 5,000 bits falling off of it, you're getting 100,000 bits falling off it. and then the lymphatic system comes in and says, hey, we've got some foreign particles in our body here, we need to get rid of them, and they're small enough to get rid of them, and then it starts to get rid of them, and this is the results that we get. So yeah, look, I get people phoning all the time, leaving messages. People have been word of mouth saying, look, I believe you've got the Pico. Can you book me in for a consultation? I say, yeah, no problem at all. And I offer them the old Q switch, and I offer them the Pico, and 99%, well 100% really, of the time, even though it's more expensive than Pico, they go with the Pico. So it's well worth the extra outlay for me anyway. Oh, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, okay. This lady on her bicep, or along the bicep. The reason for the elastoplast is because I did a test spot, and I told her to go away, and I'd see her again in 6 weeks. I wanted to see what the result was of the test spot before she came back. So I took a photo beforehand, and then when she came back again after the 4 treatments, we took another photo. Look, there is still a little bit of ink there, and you can probably just see it around about here, but it's not a bad result, and it's look, I'm hoping that goes without any more treatments, but we'll see. We might have to use one more treatment on there again. Okay, 5 treatments, the dreaded wedding ring. I get a lot of these, and I get a lot of ex's names on body parts, wedding rings. They're no longer married, they want to go out and get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they need the tattoo gone as quickly as possible, or they're getting remarried, etc. And these people step through the door all the time. This one wasn't too bad a result after 5 treatments. The guy was very pleased with the result on that one. And again, everyone's different, because we know the inks aren't controlled that come into Australia. So they may come in from China, they may come in from Scotland, they may come in from Japan, wherever in the world they're getting made up. They're trying to produce a ink that looks good and is cheap, so the tattoo artist will buy it and then put it into the body. Unfortunately, there's no standard, so we don't know what's going into the body, so every time we treat the tattoo, it's different every time. So it's important, I always say to them, look, we'll do a test spot, go away, let's see the results, and then we'll take it from there. I had a lady come in the other day, and she had I think it was a gecko on her wrist, and she'd had 15 treatments at another clinic elsewhere, and she said, and I said, look, send me a picture, and it looked like it hadn't had 1 treatment. And I go, wow, that's terrible. So anyway, she wanted to come in and see me and discuss her options. She came in, I did 2 test spots with different fluencies, and I sent her away and I said, look, I want to see you in 6 weeks. She goes, no, can you treat me now? Can you do my tattoo now? I want rid of it. I've had 15 treatments and it's still there. I need someone to take it off. I said, no. I said, look, I'll try 2 test spots. I said, because what I don't want to do is to give you false hope. I said, let's do the test spots. You come back and see me in 6 weeks. We'll have a look at them. We'll know what fluence we're going to use. Only 7 days after the first treatment, I thought I'd show you this because the guy was that impressed that he sent me a photo. I normally call people or I send a text after 10 days. And I normally say to them, hey, not interested really in about how much ink is lost, but I'm interested in how the tattoo is healing. How is your body healing? And most people get back to me after 10 days, 12 days and say, yep, it's healing fine, the swelling's gone down, etc., redness has gone, etc. But this guy got in touch with me after 7 days and said he was that impressed that he'd lost this much ink in 7 days. So it's not bad if we have a close look at it, and the amount of ink that's lost after 1 treatment, 7 days only, you can imagine, and I haven't seen him yet, I've got to see him again. You can imagine what it's looking at now. It's about 5 weeks out, so when we see him in another week or 2, I'm hoping that this has improved as well. So, not a bad result. Okay, 1 treatment, and again, colours. So we've got some rich pinks, we've got greens and blacks there, in a really quite a painful area to treat someone in the ribs. And we've got quite a lot of colour out of that after 1 treatment. She's just had a 2nd treatment recently. Again, I haven't used the 694 on the green. I've purely gone over that with the 1064 and 532. So there's been no 694 on that at all to treat the green. And you can see even the greens had quite a bit of ink loss from 1 treatment. Okay, one treatment, quite an easy tattoo, this one. Ex-wife's name on his chest. Needed it gone because he's got a new girlfriend, and I asked him, yeah, that's right, and I said to him, why don't you just get another girlfriend with the name of Michelle? Save you the money. But he had a laugh, and we've taken this one off as well. So look, hopefully, that'll be enough. By the time the body works on it a little bit longer, it may not need any more than one treatment. So yeah, quite a good result there, quite pleased with that one.